Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Weekly 10s. In today's videos, we are going to talk about top 10 caves that are super scary, do not go in. But before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Starting off at number 10, the Bell Witch Cave, Tennessee. It's easy to explain away the scary aspects of the other entries in this list, but not so for Bell Witch Cave. In Adams, Tennessee, this relatively small cave serves as the focal point for legend equal parts terrifying and fantastic. As lore has it, in the early part of the 19th century, the farmer John Bell and his family suffered the handiwork of a poltergeist that apparently had a bone to pick. For several years, the Bell Witch, as it came to be known, raised ruckus at night, ripped sheets from beds, physically attacked John Bell and his daughter Betsy, and supplemented it all with loud, boastful taunts. The witch became so renowned that even Andrew Jackson purportedly visited Adams as a curiosity seeker. John Bell's torment finally ended in 1820 when he died under mysterious circumstances. Some accounts hold that a vial of unidentified black liquid was found near Bell's body, and the witch claimed responsibility for poisoning him. Soon after, the disruptions tapered off and the witch retired to a cave near the old Bell farm, promising to return when the time is right. Locals still periodically report strange occurrences around the cave and swear that removing anything will invite the Bell Witch into the pilferer's life. No matter how skeptical you are about his haunted past, the supposed home of the Bell Witch is sure to make your skin crawl. Number 9. Robbers Cave. Robbers Cave of Lincoln, Nebraska was once known as Pahak Bluff and served as a sacred meeting spot for the Pawnee Indians. The cave system beneath the bluff was where the Pawnee taught many traditional practices such as healing, animal powers, and the medicinal and magical value of plants and roots. Nowadays, locals claim to hear the sounds of beating drums and chanting as if the rituals are still being performed by the ghosts. There have also been reports of screams and moans emanating from the caves. The elaborate cave system was sealed for years but can now be toured by the public. Number 8. The Hellfire Caves. Also known as the West Wycombe Caves, England's Hellfire Caves form a network of chalk and flint caverns extending a quarter of a mile underground. The caves were excavated by Francis Dashwood in the mid-1700s. Dashwood was also the co-founder of the Hellfire Club, a secret society said to have held meetings in the caves. Members were all politically and socially influential throughout the 18th century. The group's reputation is steeped in tales of dark rituals, debauchery, and devil worship. While the Hellfire Club dissolved by 1766, it's believed that the ghosts of its members still linger. The caves began operating as a tourist attraction back in 1951, and visitors routinely report strange echoes and mysterious apparitions that appear and disappear in front of them. The reported activity is so frequent that Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures and Sci-Fi Channel's Ghost Hunters have conducted their own paranormal investigations. The caves can be toured for anyone looking to capture evidence of their own. Number 7. The Moaning Cavern. As one could guess, the Moaning Cavern in Vallecito, California is named after the creepy moaning sound air makes within the cavern. In addition to mournful wailing, witnesses have also heard echoes of what sounds like a hammer knocking up against rocks. Because of this, the Moaning Cavern is thought by some to be the home of mythical leprechaun-like creatures known as Tommyknockers. Some believe these mischievous cave dwellers are the spirits of those who perished in cave-ins and that they're knocking warns of imminent collapses. Others say that they're malevolent spirits whose knocking actually causes cave-ins. Various tours are available, including public walking tours and tours that include gold panning or geode cracking. Number 6. Bell Witch Cave. According to the legend of the Bell Witch, in 1804, a farmer named John Bell moved his wife and kids to a farm along the Red River in northern Robertson County. The property also included a cave which became known as the Bell Witch Cave, believed to be haunted by the spirit of a witch named Kate Batts, who felt that she was cheated by the Bells in the land purchase. Strange animal sightings began in the summer of 1817. Late at night, the family would hear strange noises, such as knocking on the door and all along the walls outside the house. At one point, the noises made their way inside the home and also included gnawing, choking, and dragging sounds. Vicious incidents by an unseen force plagued Betsy, the youngest Bell daughter, who suffered scratches, hair pulling, and physical beatings. John himself was prone to choking fits and illnesses until he finally passed in 1820. Once John passed and Betsy called off her engagement, the witch apparently felt her vengeful work was done and returned home to the cave for years. She returned to the home in 1828, allegedly speaking to John Bell Jr. and promising to return 107 years later. Considering all the paranormal activity locals reported near the witch cave and even throughout the town in the interim, however, many believe she never left. Anyone who wishes to take a peek inside the Bell Witch Cave or the replica of the old Bell Witch cabin can do so via a variety of official tours during the day or night. Number 5. Mammoth Cave. Horror author H.P. Lovecraft's story The Beast in the Cave was inspired by this famously creepy Kentucky cave system. Mammoth Cave is as massive as its namesake implies. In fact, it may very well be the largest haunted cave in the United States, with about 400 miles of explored area. Much of the cave's expanse remains unseen, however, evidence suggests prehistoric people began mining the cave as far back as 4,000 years ago and eventually used it to bury their dead. This went on for 2,000 years before they abruptly abandoned the cave. Whatever caused them to flee remains unknown, but it might have something to do with the plethora of ghost sightings that have occurred over subsequent years. After the War of 1812, the caves were sold off to mine saltpeter and enslaved people were sent to work and die in the caves. Apparitions of deceased enslaved people are often reported. In 1839, a cave section was converted into a makeshift tuberculosis village by a doctor who believed the purity of the cave's air would fight infection and purify patients' lungs. Many perished inside Mammoth, however, and are believed to still haunt it to this very day. The National Park Service has an exhaustive selection of Mammoth Cave tours to suit any inclination. Number 4. Chislehurst Caves. The Chislehurst Caves in the United Kingdom are human-made mines that may very well be home to many spirits. The first record of this cave system dates back to 1250, and the 22-mile network is thought to be the work of generations of Druids, Romans, and Saxons. Tour guides highlight the supposed Druid altars and the chilling but apocryphal tales surrounding the caves involving both ritual sacrifices and cold-blooded slayings. The sounds of screams, murmurs, children giggling, and footsteps can be heard echoing from deep within the labyrinth. It's not just ancient ghosts either. During the Blitz in World War II, over 5,000 Londoners took refuge in the caves at night. Naturally, modern locals report that those who lost their lives in the caves still haunt the tunnels. For those who wish to see for themselves, paid tours lasting under an hour are available. Number 3. The Cave of Cybele. Cultures across the globe have held their belief that various natural formations can be gateways into the underworld. One of the oldest known entrances to hell is in the ancient Greek settlement of Cumae near what is now Naples. It's known as the Cave of Cybele, and apparently even birds won't fly over it. According to legend, the oracle of the ancient priestess Cybele guards this gateway and guides travelers on their descent into Hades. For a diabolical doorway, Cybele's Cave is a surprisingly well-reviewed tourist destination. Number 2. The Wabasha Street Caves. This quirky little place may look like a normal building on the outside, but it's really a series of human-made caves in disguise. St. Paul, Minnesota is home to the Wabasha Street Caves. Built into sandstone caves along the Mississippi River, the caves were bored to mine silica and have served many purposes since, acting as a speakeasy and a gangster hideout. 3 gangsters were gunned down here in the early 1930s and can still be spotted lurking around inside the caves today. The ghostly sightings have leaked out of the caves and into an adjoining cafe, where staff and customers have claimed to see the apparitions of a woman sitting at a bar with a man in a Panama hat. Anyone who wants to catch a glimpse of the gangster ghosts can tour the cave for $8. And at number 1, Nottingham City. Nottingham is a city with a secret. Below its shops, restaurants, houses, malls, and pubs lies a hidden world of caves and tunnels. Best known to visitors for the Robin Hood legends of nearby Sherwood Forest, Nottingham is also home to more than 500 man-made caves. Dug through layers of soft sandstone, they tell a story spanning hundreds of years from medieval monks to King Henry VIII. And a new app detailing dozens of the caves with their histories, access information, photographs, 360-degree panorama shots, and 3D fly-through videos aims to open this underground world to visitors. The first reference to the labyrinth beneath Nottingham dates back to the 9th century when the area was named Tigou Cobach, Welsh Anglo-Saxon for the place of caves. The name was given to the town by a traveling monk who encountered a local population living inside the caves. Some 1,200 years later, this name could still apply with some of the tunnels lying beneath surprisingly modern establishments. The City of Caves, Nottingham's largest network of caves open to the public, lies beneath Broad Marsh Shopping Centre. A labyrinth of tanneries, air raid tunnels, and slum housing, the oldest section of the City of Caves dates back to the 4th century. Early inhabitants dug into the soft sandstone to create a cozy place to sleep. temperatures in the cave stay a constant 16 degrees Celsius year-round. And that's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos promised.